Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause also she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fuck it, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.
Man, welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. This is your Tolerologist, Dirty Folks. Man, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Look. We're about to have an adventurous story. Waiting for the homie Gorilla Pete to pop up. Yo, so this is inspired because the big homie Gorilla Pete was talking about men's position in politics and current events and how you have to avoid distraction. Like you gotta avoid the Kendrick versus Drake controversy. I'm not saying that men can't do more than one thing at one time. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that what you put your attention on is what you will feel is important to yourself. I want to welcome Gorilla Pete, but I don't. There we go. Shout out to the big homie Gorilla Pete, man. Give me
What's going on, pimpin'? How the tequila
man,
taste?
You was talking that real gorilla shit early on Facebook, man. Talk your talk.
Talk my talk. All right. What do you want me to start at?
I don't know, man. You
Choking?
look real sexy though. I saw them titties bouncing, bro. Pause. Like you gonna get you a little white woman.
You know. I'm not Asian. You know, I want them with the woks in the woods.
The woks, Nick. Yo, wok food is healthy. I can't knock that.
Yeah, when you be seeing them in the woods, they be cooking the wok. They, on the wok,
bro.
and be two.
Yeah. It just be vegetables. You throw it in a wok. Now it's Chinese food. Throw a little rice in and soy sauce. Yeah, I'm with you.
Rice and noodles, and we good.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, yo. So who are you going with on this Biden versus Trump election cycle?
All right. This was a hard year, and I'm gonna say why. I was pro Trump until they stole the election, and then I was about to be pro Biden because me and you talked about this. We was going the same direction, but he never delivered on the crack pipes, and I had to go back to Trump.
Yeah, I never.
Can I get a clap for that? Can I get a clap?
Yeah, you get a crack pipe, bro. I never got my crack pipe. Like, I wasn't pro Biden, but I was pro free stuff, and I never got my crack pipe. I can't trust a president who don't help me get out.
Get the crack pipe. I mean, like, we didn't need reparations. We didn't need a black economic plan. We just wanted the crack pipes, and we asked for it so we could use it or promote it on Juneteenth, right? But hey,
I mean, that's facts. That's right.
But so, man, I went on my post ranting because I realized when I talk to colored slaves, niggas, all the same shit, right? And I realized how much they want to be slaves. Which, but it kills me because it's some educated people that I love. That I'm like, hey, man, you smart. These are the conversations should we be having. So I basically said the way folks should discuss and find who the president is not to look at the candidate per se, but more so about what their policies are. Right now, Trump lists all his policies that he wants to put out when he gets, elected. He calls it Agenda 47, right? And if you go to his page, there's short videos of him speaking about it in his speech where he explains it, and colors won't go to that. Instead, they're going to go to Project 2025, right? Because they listen to two funky black bitches. Can I say that on here? Yeah, right? Because colors love following black women, right? And I got so many black women posting Project 2025 is real.
I want to talk about both of those
Right.
things. Hold on.
If
Before we do though,
yeah,
before we do,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you said two powerful things at one time, and I want to get into a prequel of the 2025, right? Because me, you,
Right.
and Loke, me, you, and Loke, I ain't tell you it was Loke, but me, you, and Loke, we're going to do a deep dive into Project 2025.
Correct.
I'm tired of talking about toddlers. I want to talk about real shit.
Correct.
Um, so we're gonna do that. But you just mentioned Agenda 47. So a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. I wanna show our support.
I don't know what's happening. I guess you found it. Hey, donate to the daycare, y'all. The dollar sign OakSummers. Make sure you donate something. All right. I don't know where Oak went. Let's see. Oh, okay. He says, hold on. All right. Well, I'll talk to keep the you know people entertained. All right. We're gonna do a deep dive coming up. We're gonna talk about Project 2025. We're gonna eventually talk about Agenda 47, which is preparing to give you a little snapshot. I think we discussed about talking about was it not agenda but Plan 2030. So we have that on the books as well. You know, so you're gonna have to tune in, man, and you're gonna have to support Oak. You know, because we already know Tyler's gonna title, right? The thing is how you gonna present and prepare yourself for the next, 4 years. Are you gonna let toddlers run it? You know, or you gonna be a man? So, all right, got you. So guess he's trying to get back in, but yeah. So my conversation or my live was basically saying how to pick your next, POTUS, right? Um, Unfortunately, some folks just want to focus on the candidate and not the policies, and that's the best way to do it. You know, um, Remove the emotions, but everybody wants to be emotional, you know, and I find it hard to talk to those that supported Biden if they haven't converted. Now, granted, Trump has converted a lot of people. There's been a great increase. So I'll say that in the black community that's going for Trump that once went for Biden, you know, and they're realizing they want a little bit more freedom than what they're getting. And they saw his work and they didn't like it. But there's still a majority that, are running for Biden still. Like as if they didn't see what the fuck, as if they weren't there in real time to see what's happening.
I
Everybody's
is
telling
back, colored. I is back.
he's back. He can't be called laws,
Bro, I
Master
don't know
don't
what
like that.
happened, bro. Look, I tried to share the screen and it just shut me down, bro. I don't know what happened. I couldn't log back in or nothing.
Who
So
that
look,
nigga on in there? Who that nigga on in there?
who that nigga on the nail? Who is that nigga on
On the there.
the nail?
Hey y'all, masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes. Look, guys, you asked me to take.
Them niggas on the nail.
Who's that? You gotta clip that. You gotta put that in your arsenal.
Who that nigga on the nail?
Who that nigga on the there?
All right, man. Let's check out. I haven't seen this before, but let's check out what Agenda 47 is, man. Let's see what happens.
Right.
Scroll back a little bit. Oh no, I was right.
Cutting wasteful and job-killing regulations.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me check this audio real quick because I know y'all couldn't hear it. I'm trying to see what I can do. I don't know what happened because I can hear it, but I know y'all can hear it because it's in my speakers. It's not in. Yeah, man.
Regulations was.
I mean, I heard it. Yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can hear
I
it.
can hear it. I can hear
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. Let it ride then. All right.
Cutting wasteful and job-killing regulations was a key part of my America First economic agenda that built the greatest economy in the history of the world. As I work to quickly save America from Joe Biden's economic disaster, and that's what it is, one of the great economic disasters of all time, I will restore my famously successful executive order requiring that for every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated, and I will ask Congress to make it permanent. We will again implement a regulatory budget, putting a hard cap on the cost of regulations to the U.S. economy. Instead of
Hold on, man. Before we continue, how do you feel about Trump's policy of if you want one new regulation, you got to get rid of 2 old regulations?
Energy independence, right? Which is going to be very important because of BRICS, and the fact that Saudi Arabia didn't sign the renegotiated their contract. We pretty much lost that. So if we're energy dependent on those countries, then takes America out of the control position. And so
I
if
100% agree with that.
you
Ain't what
know,
I
if we,
asked you, but I totally
oh
agree
no,
with
you
you.
were saying, well, um, you saying what?
How do you feel
That's what I
about
gathered the question.
no? How do you feel about if you want one new regulation, then we got to get rid of two old regulations?
Right. So, well, I took it as Biden's regulation where he stopped the fracking and all that shit. And
You can take how you want to take it. I'm not asking detail. We're
okay,
gonna go deep into we're gonna deep dive 2025 in a minute. But I'm
okay,
just asking, just as a principle, like yo, if you want something new, you got to get rid. If you want a new toy, you got to get rid of your two of your old toys.
okay. Two things. Well, I'm trying to think what would be old things. Let me see. Um, that's a good question, and I gotta like go my because some of the stuff is okay. Well, but it just got passed, right? The SEC versus Jarsky reversed. They that case was won, and it basically took away like child support and any entity like child support um, that it's not put in place like by Congress and stuff like that. Um, so that's what it is. Let me go on that. I want Title 4D removed from Social Security Act, right?
All right.
And Kenya just passed a law that the whole 50-50 shit is out the window, right? This is in
Okay.
Kenya, and I would like a new law that does that, plus the whole no fault marriage shit, right? Like just because you can't get along isn't no reason to divorce.
That's three, bro. You got. I would go with no fault before I went with the Kenyan joint. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd rather go with no fault. Then girls gotta claim the dick they pick. I would go with that.
Right. Well, either way, even if it was for see the no fault is just basically you can't do irreconcilable. I can't say that word for whatever.
Irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable differences. So that's what the no fault is. But even if you catch a nigga cheating, that's constitute that you can still get half his shit. So I need both of them motherfuckers in there. So give me both. Those are the two that I pick, right? That she don't automatically get half,
So you got to
right?
get rid of. You're gonna get rid of those two. You're gonna get rid of irreconcilable difference, and you're gonna get rid of the other shit.
Right. The Title 9V,
So for
Title
whatever you
4D, Social
right
Security Act, which
for whatever
promotes
you
which
right.
promotes child support and all of that. And then you know, um,
It don't matter what you add. I'm just asking.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Anyone you had a name, and then you would take out. But I like those two.
yeah,
Like All right.
right,
So you agree with that? You agree with taking out two old shits for one new shit?
right. Two new shits, but I just thought
Nah,
about
what? Like, look, less law is better. We don't
yeah, yeah,
need
yeah,
more
yeah,
laws
yeah.
on the
Well,
book.
what I'm just saying, don't give these bitches shit.
All right,
Yeah, keep what the fuck you came with and leave what the fuck you came with.
all right, all right, all right, all right.
You
I'm
know,
with you. American man, it's your first time here, man. He just popped up. Turn
man.
2024. All right, nigga. Shout out to you, bro.
Oh,
Hit the
I got
cash
one
out,
more
nigga.
thing.
Hit the cash
I
out.
got one more thing.
I don't
She
know, man.
shouldn't
You
get
keep bringing
custody. She shouldn't
political
get
abuse.
custody of the
Wait,
baby.
wait.
That's
I
it. She
think I
shouldn't
did.
get custody of the child.
She should, nigga. That's the one. That's the one. Remove default
What you was
custody.
gonna say, bro?
Everything else will break down from there. If you remove default custody to the woman, girls will know what dick to pick. I guarantee you.
Maybe.
No, I guarantee you. They know what dick to
Okay.
pick when they need the stepdaddy. They'll know what
Maybe.
dick to pick.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They just don't, they get rid of him at 16 though. You know the law,
Yeah,
the
right.
rule.
Because they're already a single mother. And they want to say
Right.
they did it all by themselves.
All by themselves.
But if you remove the kid, the nigga who plays stepdaddy would be the main daddy. They know what dick to pick. Girls
Correct.
ain't dumb. They just stupid.
Well, that takes away the stepdaddy, right? Because she ain't got
Wait,
custody
no,
of the
no,
kid.
no, no, no. Girls are dumb. Girls are dumb. They not wait. Girls are dumb. They not. How the fuck it work out? Girls got sense when it's survival. They know who the fuck. That's their only fucking superpower is being nude. Ain't shit they ever did
That's
with
it.
clothes on worked out for you. Like their
Right.
only fucking superpower is being naked.
And I got a
that's what when they
I
could
got
dress
and
themselves one more
I
nigga.
got a toddler tale for that one, which I I was gonna talk to you about anyway. But yeah, but see, if you take away the kid, you also take away the stepdad,
Right.
right?
Cause the stepdad would have been the main dad. Well, no, he wouldn't. Cause
Nah,
cause
never.
it's a whole different brand of nigga.
Right.
They would
Because
have
the
fucked the
stepdad
right
has a
nigga from
job.
day one.
Right. The dad is a felon. The stepdad has a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
However, if they had to choose the right dick, they pick a smart nigga and he'd just have 3 wives and they'll just roll with it like I'm wife number 2. I'm with that.
So, but here's the thing: if you take away the kid, you take away the stepdad, because now she ain't.
You do, but if you take away the kid, you also take away the stepdad being able to be a father in the first place. Because she don't have babies by the stepdad. She'd be like,
Right.
"Oh, I love my child like he yours." Because
Right.
they don't even want to get that nigga a baby anyway.
Right.
So you get more incels, but you also get more polygamy. And shout out to polygamy, right?
Facts. You get more polygamy. Yeah. And you know what it does? It ends sucker shit. It helps end sucker shit. Cause see, here's the thing. If she got the kid, she need the stepdad. Right? She don't want the stepdad, she need the stepdad. Right? And he wants to be that. Right? Because he
Hold
wants to
on,
save
wait.
her.
Before you go there.
Okay.
Hey, Black Thoughts, they made you change your motherfucking screen name, bro. Boo, look, bro. Boo them people, bro. Who the fuck
American
made
man.
you? That's crazy.
Hell no, to the no. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. They made you change your screen name. That's crazy, man. You need a Mexican girl, bro.
Uh-huh.
They
Who's
keep
that
coming.
nigga on the there?
On the nail.
On
Who
the
that
nail.
nigga on the nail?
Hey y'all, masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes.
Look, guys, you asked me to.
You gonna make me click that shit. Who that
You
nigga on the
got
nail?
to. You got to do the video, and you got to have it on one of your sound machines.
Hey,
You
nigga,
know.
I need that Thanos too. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
and where does it bring you? Back to me. Like, I need that shit too.
facts.
All
So
right. Hello, wait. Before you go there,
yeah,
man, let's finish this up, man. Let's see what project
yeah. Let's
Agenda
see.
47 is about.
Mhm.
Liberating America from Biden's regulatory onslaught. So he's saying to man, get rid of 2 laws for every 1 law that you want from me. And I kind of roll with that.
Yeah,
I think we got too many laws anyway because it's too many women of whatever race. It's too many women in politics, and women can't stop themselves. Women
for real.
cannot. They
Nope.
want to be stopped. They can't stop themselves, so they want people to create laws to stop them because they can't stop themselves. However, they know that they need to be stopped.
My congeniality is fucked. I have no sensors and I need to be stopped.
Laws are for women, gays, and felons. Well, actually, laws create felons out of shit that shouldn't have been a felony in like 1980. But women and gays, laws for women and gays. But anyway,
Growing the size and scope of the federal government. Every single year we've been doing that. We will shrink it every year with aggressive cost reduction targets for each federal department. In addition, we will require that all agencies' regulatory guidance must be hosted publicly in a central database or else be rendered null and void, and many of them will in fact be null and void. This will effectively repeal a mountain of stealth regulations and threats that rogue bureaucrats have imposed without proper oversight. And I will sign a law to ban bureaucrats from taking any enforcement action based on informal guidance alone. For example, never again will bureaucrats be allowed to bully and pressure banks to choke off their financially deplatformed, politically disfavored investors. We're not going to let that happen. Next, I will bring the independent regulatory agencies such as the FCC and the FTC back under presidential authority as the Constitution demands. These agencies do not get to become a fourth branch of government, issuing rules and edicts all by themselves. And that's what they.
yo, so how you feel about that? What he's saying is that the media has become a 4th branch of government because it influences people how to vote, how to think. It blocks you if you say certain things you don't want to, that whoever's in power don't want to hear. shadow bans you, shit like that. So what he's saying is Trump is saying he wants to bring the media back under federal control. How do you feel about that?
Um, it is well. Somebody had I saw a post about it. Somebody said it by bringing it back to under that control. When you start talking about blocking people for misinformation, it gives you the power if you're a content creator to actually make them banging you provable, right? So if you say um prove that what I said was misinformation. So I'm with it. Um, it being regulated because I'll give you an example where it went wrong at. Remember during the January 6th event and they cut the president off from talking? Do you remember that? No, I don't know if you can hear me. But
I can
during
hear
the
you.
January, oh, okay, they cut the president off from talking. Now, if it was regulated under the government, all those people who did it would be seized, arrested, and charged, right? Because you should never ever, how would you cut off a sitting president? That means you're giving power to the, not the internet, but the tech people. So by taking that away, um, they don't have the control. So Facebook can't ban you, can't block you because of fake news, can't because you could express whatever you want, right? Right now, this is their way of circumventing um, your amendment right to free speech, right?
Oh, okay, here's my pushback on that. I'm playing devil's advocate, right?
Okay.
I believe in under Trump, but what if a fucking black woman or a gay dude becomes president after that and it's under federal control? What would be the difference between what we have now?
Well, if it's under federal control, um, you have to have laws in place, and you have to govern it based on the laws that's on the books. So, trying to give an example, you have the law on the books, so you can't just federal control. Don't mean the feds could just come in there and shut you down because they don't like what you're saying. It's going to be based on amendment rights, right? So you have the right to free speech as long as you're not yelling fire in a crowd, right? And which means anybody that tries to utilize it has to base it on the rules of that law. So I can't, uh, let's say, I don't know, let's use Tommy Sotomayor. I can't shut down his webpage or his, you know, um, podcast or shut him off of YouTube or any of that because of what he's saying. Because under the federal law, I'm going to protect it under the First Amendment Act. But if the internet gets to control it, then they can affect my what I say, right? So, like for instance, I posted on somebody's shit, they block me. Now I can't do this. Now I can't do that.
I want
So
to
if you
bring this
put it
up.
under, yeah. So if you bring the media under it,
No, wait before you do this. Let
yeah.
me do this. The First Amendment, Amendment number one. The first thing these them farmers who made the Constitution thought of: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. So what you're saying is under the First Amendment, and I'm loosely taking what you're saying, right?
Hmm.
Under the First Amendment, you wouldn't have these fucking Semites coming to Kyrie Irving saying, "Yo, you need to be reprogrammed because you
Correct.
shared the video."
Correct.
You wouldn't have so many people being blocked on social media because you're like, "Yo, the, the, this shot, the jab is some bullshit."
Right. Jabbing some bullshit, you know. Or what happened was that they were shadow banning Trump, right?
Oh, they
Or they
take Trump
were,
off social media, all type of shit.
yeah. I mean, they took him off of Twitter. I mean, think about it. They took a president, sitting president, off of social media.
That's crazy.
Yo, that what you did was just gave power to Zuckerberg. You just transfer power when you did that. You know what I'm saying? And it also affects propaganda. So there was a law that Obama passed that allowed propaganda. So if you're subject to federal regulations, the propaganda falls under screaming fire in a crowd, right? Because even though you have the First Amendment right to free speech, the only kind of kickback is like, yo, you can't yell fire in a crowd if there's no fire. And that's propaganda. So when they start talking about propaganda, then they could say, hey, you went out and campaigned on social media with this bullshit. And I also believe the reason why they're bringing it is because Web3 is coming in. And Web3, people are going to basically own their content. Like, you don't own none of your shit once you post it on Facebook, they own it. But once Web3 comes in, you're going to own it. So they're going to have some kind of regulation. I mean, no law is perfect, but I would lean more to it. Yes, there are small things that can happen, you know what I'm saying, that can be misused. Kind of the Roe versus Wade, and then it had to get, first. But I think under Trump, it'll be meaningful and purposeful. And you would have to, you know, down the line, you would probably have to go through a whole lot to get those laws changed, right? You just, so, and there might be changes, right? Because the internet, social media is going to constantly evolve. Like we're in Web 2 now, going to Web 3, that's a different story. And then at some point, we'll migrate to Web 4 and 5 and, whatever it is. And the laws are going to have to adjust for it. So, um, I think, you know, I think it has some solid stuff to it.
We're gonna finish this up. Then I'm gonna drop the link for people who want to join in. But I want to finish up this agenda 47. Chop this
Mhm.
up.
They've been doing. I will require that they submit any regulations they're considering for White House review. In addition, we will create an ultra streamlined federal regulatory framework specifically for freedom cities, allowing them to be true frontiers for the return of U.S. manufacturing, the invention of new industries, the rebirth of economic opportunity, and safe and affordable living.
Pause real quick. Freedom Cities is wild, my nigga. Freedom Cities is a wild ass statement, my nigga. I swear to God it is, bro.
Hell no, to the no.
When he says Freedom City, he's talking about the Midwest, right? All the industrial cities. Now that the steel plants and the iron plants and all that is fading out. That's crazy with it. I like Freedom City. Shout out to that, bro. That was a good rebrand. Shout out to the rebrand. All right, anyway.
Finally, I will require every federal employee to pass a new civil service test demonstrating an understanding of our constitutional limited government. This will include command of due process rights, equal protection, free speech, religious liberty, federalism, the Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable search and seizure. I know all about that at Mar-a-Lago, don't I? And all other constitutional limits on federal power. We will put unelected bureaucrats back in their place, liberate the U.S. economy, and attract millions of jobs and trillions of dollars to our shores. Thank you very much.
You texting Trump, my nigga? You gonna text him?
Huh?
You gonna text Trump, my nigga?
I'm gonna text him. Say, yo,
You
you
know
that dude.
what
I'm gonna text him like you that dude. You know. So there was something he was saying in our law. So see, here's where colors don't listen to shit. He said he's going to address illegal search and seizures.
Right.
And
What's up?
niggas
What's
been
up? What's up?
crying.
Fifth Amendment,
I think so.
illegal searches.
And
Remember,
this
LL had a whole song about it. Illegal search. Gotta search it.
mhm,
Gotta keep on
yep.
searching.
But see, niggas cry about certain shit, right? And I said this. Okay, this is what I want to bring up that I said in my live that I did. Niggas don't, colored slaves, whatever, do not recognize law unless you put black in front of it.
Facts.
And that is some black woman shit. I'm gonna give you an example. When Ice Cube said, let's do a contract for Black America, which the word black really is women, gays, and felons, right? The first thing they said, well, what about black women? He was like, well, aren't we all black? And this is for everybody, not just black women. But we need our separate contract. We need something for us specifically, right? So it's the same way black state, right? This is a rule for America. But see, blacks don't consider themselves American. And shout out for American Man for changing his name from black to American.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to you for that. You went from Black Thoughts to American Man. Shout out to you.
So when he said, see, stop illegal season search, that goes way down the line. That stops, what is it? Motherfuckers get pulled over for the race. What's that term again?
Racial profiling.
Race profiling, right? That's an illegal stop and seizure. So that trickles down. It becomes an American right. But see, if you think you black, you don't think these American laws apply. But now he got put black in front of it. And that's the only time motherfuckers see a law, because you got to put a color in front of it. But then again, they're so stupid because when he say black jobs, you had these colors talking about what black jobs?
My bad, man. I mean this Arab chicken. This Arab chicken tastes like plantation slavery, but I be eating it though.
So, and then what he said too, I like that. He said, yo, he's gonna make it mandatory where you're taught the Constitution, your civil rights. And he really said, if you rewind it, motherfucker talked about being tribal. That's exactly what he said in the last part. Which
I explained to my boy earlier.
mm-hmm,
I told my, and this is a dude that I know since we were teenagers, right?
mm-hmm,
I say, man, look, if you follow my plan, you'll never have to pay tax. If you
mm-hmm.
follow my plan, you'll never have to pay for property tax. Tribal Warlord 2024.
Right.
And he got a couple of dollars, right? And he's
Right.
been doing investment property since like 2012, maybe.
Okay.
But no, before that, because 2008 is when we had the housing crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like 2005, he been in the game, because I remember 2009 he had to sell his properties in order to keep his real grip, right? All right, so we've been talking about that, like, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like, y'all know me for being the paperwork dude. Like, I was a dude that was doing ghost payrolls for fun at like 22 years old, like for fun. My big play sister Nidra, rest in peace on her. She had to tell me, she was like, man, folks, people spend their whole life trying to start a business, and you doing business for fun. Like, cause what happened was my whole yellow pages. Remember, okay, I'm about to age myself, but American Man, he old as shit too. He understand. When we were young, the yellow pages used to just magically show up on our porch. Like, nobody ordered one.
Right.
It just be there.
Right.
Right. So they had two different types. They had the yellow pages for your city, and then they had the yellow pages for your neighborhood.
Right.
So I guess in what could be the
White
borough.
pages. Yeah. Was it
Like,
no, yeah, yellow for your business. Yeah. White pages was red was
like neighborhood shit. Right.
right.
So it was a point in time in like 2005, 2006. Our whole neighborhood white pages, every block was me. Like
Mhm.
every block was me. Like no cap. Like there was one business that was probably a vacant lot or an abandoned building. That was me on every block in our whole community. We talking like, or maybe 40 fucking blocks. And I'm laughing, right?
You going
Like, and
out?
I'm using it for dumb shit because I'm young and I'm dumb. I'm using this places to send me tasers with laser scopes on it and fucking whatever, right? Like,
Right.
I'm just doing wild shit with it, right? I'm ordering mail order brides, all type of shit to abandoned buildings. I'm like doing reckless shit for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And my homegirl needs rest in peace. She was like, "Yo, people spend their whole life trying to start a business, and you doing this shit for fun. Start your own fucking business, right?"
Right.
Oh my god. So I say that to say this. When you get into that place and space where freedom of speech matters, freedom of assembly matters, what's the Second Amendment? The gun shit.
Gun your shit, right? Have your burner.
Yeah, protect whatever. Protect your shit. Like
Right.
a militia, right? Because freedom of assembly and a militia go together, right? So,
Right.
like, if I'm in Illinois, Illinois is a slave state. Northern states are slave states. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio are really slave states because those are the states that slaves ran to. So they didn't have technical slavery, but they
Right.
had draconian laws that were worse than the laws that the slaves came from.
Right.
So you can't have a militia. You can't own the same weapons that the government had.
Mm-hmm.
You can't speak freely. People forget about this, but damn, what was the name of the slave? What was the name of the slave that went to the Supreme Court and they said there was no law for the colors that had to be
Is it
recognized?
Brown?
Who?
Brown. I think the last name Brown.
No, Brown's rebellion. It was around that time, but I ain't talking about. Fuck. He went to Supreme Court with it. He was in Missouri, but he went to Supreme Court with it. Come on, Chad, help me out, man. What's the name of the slave, brother? Dred Scott. Thank you, Jerome. Dred Scott.
Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house.
Shout out to Jerome, man. Goddamn, look at you, man. They gonna get the fuck away. Hey, Jerome, you go. They gonna get you fuck up out of here, bro. You know colors can't read, bro. Like, who the fuck is you reading history books and shit? What's wrong with you, bro? You answering questions correctly? They gonna get you. Gonna have to get you a Mexican or a white woman, bro. How the fuck you gonna know shit? That's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get you fuck up out of here, bro. Anyway, shit, nigga, you talking like a man, nigga. You ain't even black no more. You might as well just be a heterosexual dude at this point. This nigga know shit. Anyway, the Dred Scott decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these things were northern laws, right? Because the north has more sundown towns. Illinois has the second most sundown towns in America. You know who has the number one?
Who?
Indiana.
Okay.
They don't want niggas to move around when the street lights come on up north, up here. You know, don't watch them niggas on the nail.
On the nail. Watch them niggas on the nail.
Watch them niggas on the nail. You know what I mean? so you know that's America. That's the American experience, right?
Right.
And you have to be able to navigate that, right? But they don't care about your color. They just care about your culture, right? Because Africans ain't black. They don't call the Nigerians or Kenyans or Senegalese black. They black and say the motherfuckers talk to them. They be like, oh, you an African. You cool.
You're right.
We looking for them niggas over there on the nail.
On the nail. No niggas on the nail over here.
We're like, oh, the niggas on the nail.
We don't want no niggas on the nair over here.
Right. You off the boat, you ain't up the nail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Up the
You
nail.
can be on the boat, but you can't be on the nair.
Can't be on the nail. It's funny because it's true, man. It's funny because it's motherfucking true, man. Fuck that shit, man. I gotta find that clip.
Hey y'all, Masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes. Look, guys, you asked me to.
I gotta find that niggas on the nail. I'm gonna have that shit for the next show. Find them niggas on the nail. Whew. We done lost the American, man. He done went from color to American. Now he speeches around the Negro, around the Tony.
I'll take this as an opportune time for me to jump in. Yeah, man, I had to get rid of it. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm not black, man. I'm not a woman, a gay, or a felon, so I got to get up out of there. And just a lot of other things. You know, I'm not a Biden supporter, or everything else just made it. You know, where it was like, yeah, it's time to drop it.
I'm gonna treat you like Prince real quick. American, formerly known as colored.
Yeah, right.
Let me ask you this.
Say it again. You said you wanted to ask me a question?
I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
How many heterosexual, tawny and swarthy men do you think that would abandon the crayon label if there was something different available that worked for them?
There is something available to them. Okay, so you know what? Let me ask this question in order for me to correctly answer that.
Okay.
When you say something different available to them, what do you mean by that? You mean politically? You mean?
I mean, as a social designation. I don't mean this is a social designation.
So as a social designation, I feel there is something different for them. They just don't want to accept it. As Gorilla Pete said earlier, black people want to be everything but American, right? American has always been something available to them, but they've chosen to be black. Am I wrong?
I disagree to an extent, but I'm with you. I think that black is anti-American because they see white as American and black is the antithesis of white. So I'm with you on that. But they are by citizenship American, so I don't know why they fight it. They just be talking shit. What I mean is, when I say social designation, I don't mean citizen, right? I mean, okay, so you have the Asian crime bill, you have the Native American Reparation Act, you have the Hispanics got their own thing going on, the Ola shit, you know what I mean? What is it? The Dream Act, right? That's Mexican shit. So you have a social designation based, and the gays, right? Like the transgenders have their own housing agency and all that shit. So like you're American, but then you're a special interest group, and then your special interest group has a name, and then you get benefits based off your special interest group, right? Like colors want reparations based on a special interest group, right? And that's what, like, they are American. Like no matter what, you'll be American. I think that personally, and I'm not trying to change your answer, and I want you to with that and understand and repeat it, but personally, I believe that if you change the brand, they'll be more American. I think black is anti-American personally.
It is.
Agreed. I agree with you. I agree with you. Black is anti-American, but it wasn't always so, right? And if you remember what I said on Hood Conservative channel, right? They went from coloreds to Black Americans to African Americans, right? And so now truly the problem is that it's the African American designation that's anti-American, because they labeled a bunch of American people Africans all of a sudden, when we were never at any point labeled African. Because here's the part that I think a lot of black people miss, right? When you look at white Americans, they're just American, no matter where they came from.
That's
And
not
when
true.
I say that, I'm talking now. Now,
Go
when I
ahead.
say that, I'm talking. Hold on.
No, I'm with
When I
you.
say that, I'm talking about those that was on the slave ships, came over and this and that, right? All those whites that bred and procreated, they're all just Americans. Well, all the blacks that came over on those slave ships as well, all bred and was doing procreation and born here, this and that. Except we decide all of a sudden we're something different and we need to add some class, some class that is foreign to America. So I also believe that's the reason why Black Americans get no reparations or any of that, because when you start to look at all these other classes, the Hispanics and all these people, they all get these designations because they're not true Americans. Even the Asians, right? All these people get true designations because they're not true Americans. Black people don't get it because you're true Americans. The same way white people don't get these designations.
Pause. Let me correct you. I'm here for you. You was rolling. I was with you. I just want to correct you. A small tweak. All right. It's not that black people don't get it because they're not true Americans. Because natives get it, Pacific Islanders get it. Right. It's not that. Black people don't get it because black is a social designation owned by America. And as a father, I don't own my child shit. My child can say it's his room, and I allow him to say it's his room, but I pay the rent. Right? I pay the mortgage. So you can run around and say what you are as my child and my shit until you get your own shit, until you have a until the UN recognizes you and you have a representative at the table, you don't get shit. As long as you're asking white people to change your shit for you because you won't listen to your best and brightest. And then when your best and brightest say, yo, y'all don't want me here, I'll go elsewhere. And then you get mad because they dating Maria and Becky because you're children. You won't get shit. As long as your focal point is slavery and not before or after slavery, because every nation has been slave. Every nation. There is no history of any nation on earth that was free of slavery. But everybody else manned up and was like, well, fuck it, that happened, but let's keep it moving. And you stuck on 140 years ago because it's the best time in black women's history. And you need to worship the black woman, you'll never get shit. It's not that you came on a boat or didn't come on a boat, right? It's that you've never named yourself, and a father names their child. You let another nigga name you. You their child. That's my personal belief.
Okay, and you know what? I'm not going to dispute that. My whole thing is I just like
But I agree with you on
this
the
whole
reparation.
being
You ain't got no reparation.
this whole yeah, like this whole being anti-reparations and relegating yourself, and Black Americans relegating themselves and putting themselves in the same box with Asian Americans and Hispanic Americans and all of that,
In
which are
Africa,
not truly from here.
right?
You've created a problem for yourself.
I agree. That's
And
a coward's problem. I agree with you. I'm just saying it's a coward's problem. When Jesse Jackson I want to say 1988. I don't know when he said it. I know
yeah, it was the 80s.
when it was like black and brown coalition. And I remember being a young kid, like, yo, the Mexicans shooting at us. Like we shooting back. Like, ain't no fucking coalition. The Mexicans don't even fuck with us. I knew it was gonna be a problem. I was like, yo, they looking for numbers. They looking for other men to protect them because they too cowardly to be men and protect themselves, right? when I started looking at all the black women who kept getting elected, and I'm like, they black though, and I'm like, nah, they women though, and black men just roll with it because of the crayon, and I'm like, yo, this ain't gonna turn out well, and it didn't. Like y'all seen my show, the first line of my fucking intro is "Stay away from cities with dyke mayors." Like that's the first thing I say because I'm like, yo, I know these girls ain't got they don't wish well for us, right?
Nope.
America was founded on black and brown women fucking white men and getting their tribes terminated or giving away their land because white men fucked a brown woman and now they a $5 Indian. Like
Yep.
this is what the nation is built on. A bunch of people fucking your bitch and your bitch let them through the back door to kill you.
You ever remember we talked about that movie, Flowers Over the Moon or something?
I do not remember that, but go ahead. Enlighten me.
So it's a movie. I can't. I'm saying the name wrong, but it's something Flowers of the something Moon, and it basically, of course, they're going to show you the $5 Indians. They're going to have Spanish women playing Indian, but basically it was in I think Oklahoma, and the natives owned the land where there was oil, and the whole thing was about white men marrying these women. These women were not even. It was in a point even in the movie. Her mother said she had 5 daughters, and she said all of y'all married and had kids with the white man, and you basically disrupted our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And what these men were doing, were marrying them and then offing them, and now they owned the land. Especially, they were doing it too prior to knowing government funding was coming. You know what I'm saying? Because they were receiving money, and when I was saying these chicks, they was putting Model Ts and all of that. you know, if it was modern day, it'd be Rolls Royces. It'd be, what I'm saying. It was living in bungalow style homes, which
Here's the problem with the natives, right?
yeah.
And this is part of the rebrand when
Oh,
we
quick thing. I check the private chat. I just sent you a link.
I got you. Here's the problem with the natives. The natives of all the nations that were colonized, right?
Right.
Because there's a difference between colonized and being conquered means they kill all the boys and men and women become smooth, right? Smooth. To be colonized means brought the colonizers in the back door and they killed all the men. Or they subjugated all the men, right? There were different types of Native American tribes. There were 13 Native American tribes that were patriarchal. There were dozens, maybe hundreds of tribes that were matriarchal, right?
Hmm.
So you were Indian, like this is the $5 Indian thing. You were Indian if you fucked a Native American woman because the kids got the woman's name. The woman was the matriarch of Native America, which is why they got conquered, by the way, or colonized, because they let girls talk with clothes on, right? The patriarchal tribes weren't going. That's how you get the Sitting Bulls and the Geronimos and shit like that, right? Custer's Last Stand, all that. Those are the guys like, nigga, we gonna get down and lay down, nigga. I ain't going.
Right.
The matriarchal tribes was like, yo, you suck the right dick, we can get some better clothes. So that's how the $5 Indians happen. But let's check this out. I'll play it out. Hold on. I see what you sent. Hold on. Let's play it out. See what happens. Push wrong button. Hold on.
Doesn't that guy remind you, like, looking at that scene, all I see is like a Van Jones or somebody, a Jim Clyburn. That's what I see, to be honest. I just had to point that out because, like, all I saw was like, to me, that was just one of them gay voting Democrat males.
Yeah. But it's funny because as much as he was, how can I say, he was racist.
Yeah, hold on, man. Before I do that, man. Yo, we cooking today, man. Support the stream, man. We cooking today, man.
Hey, baby. How much do you need?
Not much. Just enough for a new wig and a BBL.
Can dirty folks get some cash apps too, please, kind sir?
Oh, real quick, man. Shout out to James, man. He say bless the tacos and pass the ammunition. I gotta find my taco clip. I ain't found it yet. But man, salute to you, sir.
I'm gonna drop a dime, quarter, a whole change purse, a Chuck E. Cheese token. I'm dropping all that shit. Don't give a fuck.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, 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 joy.
I gotta find my taco clip. I got a taco clip just for that. That shit go hard. So anyway, here's my thought on it. I don't care about Steven. I care about Candy, right? John Candy, or whatever his name is. Black is a construct that it's a social construct. So if you break the social construct, they don't care about the color. Right? That's why he was like, yo, this ain't no regular nigga. This a free nigga. He can live in a big house. Because the rules are the rules. You make the rules and then you gotta abide by the rules.
Right.
The rebrand is the rebrand for a reason, right? Free nigga versus slave nigga. African versus American nigga. Like the brand is the brand for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no difference between Levi's and Wranglers except the brand. Right? The brand is the brand. Change the brand, change the social acceptance to the brand. My personal opinion, right? I think the thing that keeps black men down is black women.
All day, every day, twice on Sunday.
and I don't want American Man to comment on this, but I've been watching in the auspice of sports, right? Let's say blacks dominate sports. I've been watching that. White people, regardless how racist they think they are, will still wear a Celtics jersey with Paul Pierce or or Brown on it or whoever, right? Them not supporting lesbian women in the WNBA isn't racist. It's, do I want my daughter to see this as acceptable? So when they found a Christian heterosexual woman with a good jump shot, they supported Caitlin Clark. Not because she white, because she's straight. And a bunch of dyke bitches like, no, it's because she white. Because they don't want to say that, yo, America don't give a fuck about the fact you eat carpet. And I think that's the difference. I think the fact that black men who have no natural predators, right? The natural predators gone. Ain't nobody really getting hung anymore or anything like that. Black men with no natural predators decided that, man, they're gonna cry like a bitch because bitches get oppressed for being dumb bitches, is how we're now reframing racism.
I agree. I like the first. See, there's that dynamic of the Caitlin Clark thing, which you are correct. We don't give a fuck that. We don't give a fuck that she, like, whether she's black or not. It's the fact that she's just a straight Christian woman pushing things that we care about, right? Because the one thing that people don't understand is that whole rainbow coalition is a very tiny coalition, and they do not make up the majority of Americans. The majority of Americans make up people that want to procreate with the other gender of the two genders, and that's it. That's the majority of America. Because before because see, right, they were silent on the carpet munching thing before they started being taunted about being white, right? There was never any racial problems in regards to the WNBA until they started being taunted about being white. And then once they changed it to that, and then they started pushing the rainbow stuff, that's when, right? Because even when they would be taunted, they were still quiet. It was once they started pushing the rainbow stuff is when everyone was like, okay, we're done here. And so no, it doesn't have it has absolutely nothing to do with race. Them people ain't racist. It's like you said, they can call themselves as racist as they want, but they'll still wear a Paul Pierce jersey. You can't be that racist if you're wearing a Paul Pierce jersey. So yeah, I agree with you. It has nothing to do with race. It got to do with being a straight Christian woman, because if a straight black woman comes out in the NBA and she ain't race baiting and doing any of that, they're all going to support her. It's that simple. I could tell you who won't support her. I could tell you if a straight Christian black woman came out in the NBA, in the WNBA, and espoused her views, I could tell you who would be the first, last, and in between to kill her. And it will be black women and black men.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe black men. Definitely black women. Maybe black men.
Well, here's why I say it'll be black men. Okay, so you know what? Let me rephrase that last part. Black men in media and entertainment.
Okay, I wrote that.
Right. How about that? That's better.
You know what? There's an example of that right now. Damn, not Caitlyn. What's a black girl that played for the Sky? I should know this. I live in Chicago. Damn. The one who did the hand waves at Caitlyn in college, and now they got a bribery. And it was Angel
Reese, right? Angel
Reese, who people keep telling me is cute, but I don't see it. Anyway, I mean, I fuck. Don't get it twisted, but I ain't shit. Just because I fuck don't mean she cute. It just mean I fuck. But I digress, right? Angel Reese was a lesbian until the season started this year. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
Angel Reese's carpet munch buddy, who was also on the basketball team, got so upset that she couldn't taste Angel's nectar anymore because Angel started dating a dude named Cameron, which I only remember because, you know, Cameron and May show, and Cameron kept talking about, you fucking a nigga with my name, right? Come to find out, the son was named after Cameron, the rapper. So Cameron kind of on the side because, you know, and I ain't mad at him. That's your name, right? Stand up for your name, right? But Angel Reese was fucking a girl her whole college career, then got some good yuck, and then came back to the light side, right? And shout out to her, right? To come back to the light side. All of a sudden, they start looking at grades. They started talking about who doing her homework for. They started talking about side deals. They was trying to fuck up her career. Angel Reese ended up being suspended from the team for like 3 or 4 weeks. Like all type of shit happened because she stopped tasting clits. You know what I mean? So I believe that women would attack her. I don't know if men care enough about what women do to attack her. But yeah, I believe you on the black woman thing.
No, of course they will. They're always there. Here's the thing, right? They are always the one attacking. Here's what they do, right? They go for the attack, then they get the gays to join in, and then the weak black men who always got to fall in line because he doesn't know how to get buns being masculine, they join in. And then the women turn around and say, oh, see, it wasn't us. It was those men over there. It's the same playbook all the time.
It's the niggas on the mirror.
Some
The
niggas
niggas
on
on
the
the
net.
net did it.
I'm
Alright.
gonna disagree. Black women do not get gay people involved. Gay people get black women involved. Black women do not. She's on the front end of dysfunction, but she is never the director in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Roll with that.
She never creates anything. She just jumps on a side that she feels benefits her. You know, so they don't care what gets destroyed. They don't care about the nuclear family and how it really protects her. She just thinks about right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that this whole thing of they really know what they're doing. They don't be leading shit. They get led. They get told what to
I
do,
agree with that. I agree.
and
Well,
that's it.
well,
And
that's fair.
and I'm gonna tell you why. Even though my one of my one of my no Diddy pause whatever, right? Pre-pause, right? I took that one from you, Oak. So he went on and he went on. He was like, "Yo, black women get everything from us." You know what I'm saying? Their black women culture come from gay men, and them bitches ain't say shit. They ain't say nothing to that nigga. Shut their mouth. He's like everything from your hair to your nails to your attitude. You know what I'm saying? We basically give y'all the sauce. And not one black woman came out and said anything. No one. They just ran with it. Because they knew their place. They knew that shit was real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny you say that, and it is true. I had actually read an article that was written about that before it really popped off. I read an article probably, I want to say 1819, that had outlined how black women are following trans culture. And then boom, it popped right off. And then you start looking around and noticing, and they all look and act like trans.
Oh, I get trans, yeah. But because
And so that's a fact.
yeah. And that's why they couldn't say nothing about it.
And that's why you remember when who said it? Somebody said it. It was somebody kind of famous that said, "What's that chick that's now on Power 105?"
Oh, just hilarious.
Just hilarious.
Bro.
Remember when she got into that back and forth with the trans, and somebody semi-famous, or maybe it was somebody on YouTube that I don't know, but someone was like, you can't tell a difference between Just Hilarious and that trans that she's fighting with. Right. And to be brutally honest, you can't tell the difference. They both look the same.
Correct.
Right? And here's the problem. That's not to say that the trans did a good job. That's to say that they got black women to hack themselves down to a monstrous level.
Correct.
Right, because here's the thing. Look at what they do to their hair. They fry it, dye it, and buy it. That's all they do to their hair. Fry it, dye it, and buy it. And they come out looking like the trans. All these black women got their own eyebrows, yet they go on and put these flyaway snuffleupagus eyebrows on.
Eyebrows and lashes. But here's the thing. It is, it's just the patriarchy.
Well, lashes, excuse me, that's what I meant. I meant lashes.
When you say black, it means woman, gaze, influence, and it just means the matriarch. And at the end of the day, this is why black men, that's their demise. Because if they stop following bitches, black men will be greatly ahead. They need those black women to stop them. You know what I'm saying? They need them to stop them. Then that's it. Because, I mean, and that's what their whole thing is. And they're fucking traitors.
My congeniality is fucked. I have no sensors and I need to be stopped.
See, and a broad like that leads shit right into the fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: black women are looking for suckers and slaves. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they have to do what they do: lean towards the trans community, lean towards the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? Because that keeps men in check, right? This is the reason why this is the number one reason, and we'll go on into Plan 2025 at some point. We'll discuss that part. But just white men are fighting that community like crazy because they understand that shit is to undermine men and it's to give support to women. You know what I'm saying? Men can't say or be men anymore because of that shit. Men can't
Well,
can't even
so I'm gonna
raise
give
their
you some
kids to that.
pushback though. I'm gonna give you pushback though. White men aren't necessarily fighting that. There's a certain segment of white men, but there's a lot of white men that's going right along with that, going right along with women's empowerment. And I think for the most part, if we don't truly pay attention, like we'll fall into the trap of thinking that somehow white men are over there fighting it and we're going to do something separate. When you truly look around, they're going through the same thing that we're going through. And that's the reason why. And that's the reason why the white women and the black women. But real quick, let me say that. I'm gonna let you jump in. But that's the reason why the black women and the white women fight so hard to keep us separate. That's why they do the most work to make sure that black men and white men don't talk. Because if you do too much talking to each other, you're gonna realize that we ain't shit, and we are the ones ushering this shit in. Well, and so that's why they fight so hard for us not to talk.
Well, I agree. Racism starts with the women. It never really is with the man. It was the women's who created or perpetuated racism. This is why they bitch the most. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy how shit reversed, right? Because you have Emmett Till who got killed because dude wife that she had a kiss blown at her by a black kid. Now it turned around. These motherfuckers are now you got Adam 22 who's letting Emmett Till fuck his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Time out. But let me keep it in perspective. I'm not gonna let you do that. In principle, I understand what you're saying, but in practice,
right?
Like white men have always been cuckold. They've always wanted to be in that chair in the corner while a black man fucked his wife. They've always been fascinated with the black man or the non-white fellas, or white fellas. Like they always been like that, bro. Like anybody can fuck their wife, right? Like white men will run a train on a girl in college, and the last man will marry her. He'll be the sixth man candidate, right? It is, and the other 5 guys who fucked her before him, after they graduate, they'll all come through the crib and have a cookout and shit like it never happened.
Right.
Here's the thing. Stick on the Emmett Till part, right?
Right.
Don't worry about the cuckold part. Stick on the Emmett Till part. All racism came from women. So it's a black woman who fucked a white man and got pregnant, and then tried to enforce the fact she's pregnant on a white man. And then that's how we get pick a nigga, right? Because they was like, yo, fuck you, nigger bitch. Go where you came from, little tar baby. And she went back and promoted the fight to her brother and her dad. And was like, oh, that white man knocked me up and you don't want to. So then those men being men went to defend a black woman. Next thing you know, the white men went back and got all their people. Now we hanging niggas, right?
Right.
The Emmett Till is a perfect example of a woman kicked it off. No question. A woman kicked it off. Men handled the business. And then black people called it racism and said that white people hate us. You do know why they said that? Because they had to ignore everything women do, right?
Yes.
90% of what people call white supremacy is really Keisha. Nobody wants to hear me when I say that, but I'm like, yo, there's only two fucking white people in your hood, the
Right.
teacher and the police officer. So if you introduce to either one, it's because of Keisha.
Yes.
Nobody wants to talk about, oh, the white man made Keisha turn on us and get welfare. Did he?
Oh, that bitch went, yo. That's, yo, I hate that argument, man. I'd be telling them like, nah, that broad picked that. You know what I'm
The
saying?
fact that
She
they
was
make the
shit.
argument means they blame the white man for Keisha's actions.
Of course. But they got
So
to. Which is weak of black men.
I totally agree. So you got to kill a bitch and them niggas that listen to a bitch. All them black women
Correct.
that's guy dudes can get killed right next to Keisha. Everybody get laid down. I mean, fucking come on, bro. I gangbang, B. Like once I think you ops nigga, I gotta get you. Ain't got nothing to do with gangs at this point. Like it's black women and niggas that listen to black women. Both of y'all gotta go. Right. You gotta be a
Will
pro.
kill
Right?
you over a bitch.
Right, because they kill me over a bitch. They'll stop freedom because a girl feelings was hurt. I gotta kill him because my girl crying.
The worst shit to fight over. Now, if a motherfucker took your turkey sandwich with the right amount of turkey and
That's
cheese,
different.
that is worth going to war for.
Right. Ain't no probation for theft. Think her feelings hurt. Come on, man.
Hey.
That ain't warlike. Me
Right.
stealing from you, nigga. Maybe.
You touch my sandwich. That shit is, you know what I'm saying? That's World War VIII.
Right. Food is love. I fucked with your love. Women can't
Right.
love. I didn't fuck with nothing. This is a
Nothing.
raggedy bitch that's sad.
Raggedy, right.
I'm sorry. What you was gonna say, American man? You know, switch names now. I gotta readdress them.
Yeah, man.
Listen. Hey, listen, man. You know what? Had I held on to Black Thoughts another 6 months from now, you'd have been mocking me.
I mean, hey, I'm mocking you now because American Man sound like a superhero that didn't make it. Remember the Greatest American Hero?
Yeah.
American Man is in that lane with Greatest American Hero. Like you want to be a superhero, but you can't fly straight. Like it's right there.
Trying to figure out the powers and shit.
Right.
Power everything, right?
Yeah,
Kind of powers you
yeah,
got.
yeah.
I mean, well, you know, once you take black, man, it's an adjective. You know what I'm saying? And notice only fools kind of consider themselves a color, right? And like when you hear white men talking about they're white men, right? Because white men never say they're white until they're around colors, right? But the ones that do claim white, you know, the trailer park, the bottom, the illiterate is the one that got like 6 teeth, 3 in their pocket, you know, 3 in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know how to burn their crosses right and all that stuff. All that was just poor white men. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a man claims a color, you know, the only difference between the white man and the black man is when the white man claims the color, he also claims the country. Black men don't claim neither.
Right. They just claim the girl.
They just claim the girl.
Coochie. They don't claim the country. They claim the coochie.
They claim the coochie.
That's a fact. They claim the coochie. You know what else is funny? Oh, no, my bad, bro. Go ahead. Let me let you finish.
No, I'm saying they just claim the coochie. They don't claim that, and they think everything. This is why most black men, and definitely why most black men hate Trump, because Trump is an American. Trump never says I'm a white man. Trump always says I'm American. I don't even the color. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really. He wants to tell niggas, it's like, nigga, I'm only calling you black because that's what you want to be called. You know what I'm saying? Black,
Right.
African American. You know, but he's basically trying to say, you know, there's clips of him saying with the Indians, right? That's getting all that money from the government with the casinos and all that. He talked about it. He said, they don't look like Indians to me. He basically saying, yo, black ass is them damn Indians. He trying to tell you, but he can't get past your bitch.
Right. You know what? That's why I need to be tribal warlord. Look, white men are not the biggest deterrent to your reparations, to your autonomy. It's Keisha.
Yeah, it is Keisha. Well, so let me point this out real quick, right? Bill Maher said, and I'm shocked, right? But this is again, this is more proof when I say black people don't care about racism. They only pretend to, because Bill Maher was sitting down with someone and he said something. He said, when I go on Twitter, well, he didn't say when I go on Twitter, but he was talking about Twitter. And he says, when I see all these people talk about white men this and race that, he said it's always black women, and it mostly is always black women. You notice there's no screams of racism, right? Silence. Now he pointed out a fact that it's mostly that it's 90% black women that you hear screaming and doing all this race baiting, and you didn't hear not one Democrat say a word. Now, if someone that was close to a Republican had said that, wouldn't we all know about that?
Okay, wait. What's my man name? Who the author for Dilbert? Scott Adams.
Scott Adams, which yo confession, I watch his show probably 3 to 4 times a week.
You racist. Anyway, Scott Adams had the whole thing of like we got to get away from colored people, right? I don't watch his show, but I'm aware of his show because there's somebody that uses my other account and he watches Scott Adams religiously, so I get all the notifications, right? So I'm adept to who Scott Adams is, what he talks about. Here's the thing. Scott Adams came back the day after, well, 2 days after he did that show, like white people, fuck the colors. We need to escape the colors, run away from the colors, don't live amongst the colors. The colors come, either shoot them or run. He had that whole show, right? Also endorsed himself with that shit, everything, right? 2 days later, he meets up with a hotep dude. Well, 1 day later, he meets up with the hotep dude. 2 days later, he does a show. Scott Adams comes back like, yo, I said, fuck the colors. He said, I spoke to a lot of colors in the last 48 hours. It seems to be that all the black men get it and none of the black women get it. And I don't understand. And I was like, I could have told this motherfucker that women are the racists. Women are the ones that bring all the killers around. Women are the ones that take your resources. Women are the ones that yield racism. Men are cool, regardless of race, right? Once you say you're American instead of a social designation, you could, like me as Snowman, I have apparently coined the phrase "that's racist" to white America. I am literally the soundbite of white America that's racist. Mm-hmm. But it's a joke, right? Like I told Snowman earlier today, like as soon as I get a better white friend, because I tell all my black friends, as soon as I get a white friend, you out of here. I told Snowman, I said, as soon as I get a white friend, he said, what? I said, you an Irishman. I need a German. I need a better white friend. As soon as I get a better white friend, you out my rotation. Mm-hmm. This is how we dialogue. Because it's man banter, and he called me some type of tar baby or some shit. And then we keep it moving. Right? Mm-hmm. Women don't have can women understand sarcasm and shit like that? I don't know. What y'all think?
No, well, so that's why you see those things that say like women insult each other and mean it, and we insult each other and don't mean it. Now, here was the reason why I brought up the Scott Adams thing, right? Because I want to say this before I lose it. If you notice, all the people that screaming about white privilege are black women that are getting all these DEI jobs that are giving them the most privilege.
True.
Right? Pay attention to that. And that's why we always talk about
you notice this shit? That's hold on, man. I need Black Thoughts back. Now you turn American, you noticing shit. What the fuck?
No, hold on. Dirty folks, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I've been noticed the shit. You know what I mean? I just been just kind of like, you know what I mean? Niggas don't want to hear me, but now that like, you and I go back and forth more, I get to, I've been noticed that. It's like they keep screaming all this white privilege while they just have all the privileges to do whatever they want. Look at the chick in Atlanta, right? She can't believe she got fired. she can't believe that she beat on a black cop and the black cop got her up out of there.
Who?
I mean,
Wait,
it wasn't
who?
necessarily him, but
It was a judge. Not
Nah, who?
judge in Atlanta.
Oh, the judge in Atlanta. You know what I thought that you said? I thought you said Alyssa Milano. I'm like, Alyssa Milano? All right, I'm with
No. The
you.
judge
Judge
in
in Atlanta.
Atlanta,
All right, I'm with you.
she beat on the black cop. And here's the
Oh,
funny
that
part.
goofy bitch that was in the club and she hit the
Yes,
black cop and it was like, I'm a victim.
but do you know what's weird? He even tried to save her, and she still kept going. If you watch the video, you could tell he was trying to save her,
I did see that.
and
But
she
can't
just
shut the fuck
wouldn't.
up. All she had to do was shut the fuck up. You would think being a judge, she would understand that all the words you say are used against you. All she had to do was shut the fuck up. She talked shit in the parking lot. She talked shit in the squad car. She talked shit to her friend when her friend was gonna get somebody. She talked shit in the holding tank. Fuck that bitch.
Now
Courtney Bryant.
she claimed.
Current Courtney Bryant.
I don't know
That's
that dumb bitch.
Now
Dumb
she
bitch should have
claimed.
shut the fuck up. You want buckhead, popping pussy, getting fucked in the motherfucking bathroom by a dumb nigga like me who don't know no better. And look at you now. Now you stuck in the bathroom with me, bitch.
And it's funny because she claimed she didn't even know the girl she was fighting for. She claimed they were strangers, which I doubt it, but that's what she claimed. It's like, wait, you did all of that over a stranger? Talking about because I saw a man beating her up. And you wanna know the funny part that they not telling you, which I know is true? Them bitches is getting beat up by one of their gay friends.
I was just about to say, I
And
know he gay, bro. Bro, it wasn't no doubt in my mind. She was getting beat by. I was about to call that man a fag. Shout out to the fag. Look, I know she was getting beat up by a rainbow, bro. I knew it.
of course.
Number one, it's Atlanta, so I mean.
It's Atlanta,
But
right?
besides that, I knew
it. You should have put that bet on FanDuel, right? You'd have hit that parlay, right?
I wouldn't got no parlay for that. It'd been like 1.5. I'd have bet $1, got $1.15. That wasn't no big bet.
Right? And it's funny because they just keep saying it was a man, right? And here's how I know it's not a man. Because most black men ain't designed to go around beating up black women, whether they deserve it or not. First thing they'll tell you, even if the bitch is kicking your brains in, no, you can't hit her back, right? But the gay men, they feel wide open to beat them up. And so that's how I know, oh, that was a gay man. And it was in Atlanta. That's the icing on the cake. You were getting beat up by a gay man, but you don't want to upset the LGBTQ cart. So you saying, yeah, it was a man. Come on, get up out of here.
Yeah, that was my first thought. It was a gay man. I ain't gonna front, bro, because I would slap the shit out of bitch. However, every time I've been in public trying to choke my bitch out properly so I could train my toddler, you're right. It's always some bouncer or some old saber hoe ass nigga that's trying to fight me for fighting my bitch for being out of pocket. I don't like that. Mind your business.
Well, they put black before man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Let
they
me tell you
never
something.
took
You
away
gotta
when these fags beating up the bitches though. Like they never stopped the fucking kung fu fag ever. They let this
never.
motherfucking sachet. That nigga get what is the drunken monkey? He got the drunken sachet.
Sachet, right?
This motherfucker just ninja chopping this bitch. Don't nobody do shit. They pull out their phone. World star.
And you want to know the best part? And the best part is, after he's done doing it, they get on YouTube and Instagram and social media and say, look at these black men beating on black women.
Every 5.5
Ain't that the best part of that shit?
Man, I wanted to, it was something you were saying earlier, how black women got in the way of black men getting reparations. And you know, I talked about it already with the black contract that Cube made, but Trump had the platinum plan, right? and it was supposed to go. It was $500 billion towards the black community for business, for all that shit. Because basically, Cube, put that together and got it to Trump and his peoples. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, that would have been black people's reparation, right? $500 billion was going to black businesses, black employment. Was to foster like 3 million jobs. Like protection communities, so they don't be having to deal with none of that racist cop shit or whatever. And it was black women that voted against Trump for that. You know what I mean? Not just so it was just to go to Oak's point about, or it was yours, American Man, I think, how black women stop the prosperity of black men. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so here's the thing, right? And this is the part that is going to reign true. Is that when all the finances go through the man, the woman has to fall back. Correct. And the problem, the reason why they don't want any prosperity for straight black men is because once the prosperity goes to straight black men, all of your social safety nets and all of that that goes for you as a woman and a black woman, it's over because we gave you the prosperity through the male. And so they don't want to be under the tutelage of black men. They want to be under their own tutelage or under the well, they're never under their own tutelage. That's a false narrative. They want to be under the tutelage of white men.
Correct.
And they're comfortable that way.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily white men. They're just against black men. Because if it's the Chinaman or Indian man, they'll fall.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Right. But I agree, right? For two things. I'm trying to remember the second one, but I'll mention the first one. The first one is when you look at slavery, right? And the abolishment of slavery. 95% of black slaves were owned by black men, right? There are many instances where black men were selling their daughters to another black man, right, as a slave. Nas, the rapper, right? He was on the PBS show, and his grandmother, great grandmother, Pocahontas, was sold from her father to another person, primarily black. I think the ending of slavery killed black prosperity, right? I think that's why they wanted to abolish it, because women weren't really only 5% of the nation owned slaves. So the only people you were affecting, you know what I'm saying, was the owners, right? And the only people that benefited from slavery ending was more so white people, because now it frees up the employment and white men could actually compete, because black men was running the shit. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, 70% of it was black women that owned it. To me, they owned it because they did some shit and got rid of their husband. These bitches ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And they, I think, I'm off on what is. Man, I'm sorry, my brain. I don't know what's going on sometimes, but I lost my train of thought on it. Go ahead, American Man. Say it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me, and then I'll figure what I was trying to say. So, you there? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, American Man, if you're talking.
No, I'm not talking. But
oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to say that my belief with slavery.
long-winded. You're saying what I always say, that slavery was the best time in American history for black women.
Yep. And black men. Black men.
And
Oh,
black men. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of black men, the slaves they owned were family members, right? They just held
correct.
the papers. But even when men own property, because slaves are property, even
Right.
when men own property, men take care of their property.
Correct.
Women don't love anything
And don't take care of shit.
and don't take care of anything. So, but they abuse everything, men, children, other women, whatever. I think that the end of slavery was probably the worst time. No, because the men doubled back and did the Mexican thing, right? Which is why we got
Mm-hmm.
minimum wage law. Because all those men was like, yeah, we got all the skills. We can put, shoes on your horse and build your house. They went the Mexican route, and then white boys got jealous. Was like minimum wage, but and that killed prosperity. Like Jim Crow is what black people think slavery was. Slavery was just a bunch of motherfuckers running around not knowing they were slaves, living in Section 8. But, and I stand on that. People think I'm racist. Why you minimize? I don't think I am. Because you didn't really get abused until you left your plantation. You didn't really get
Right.
abused on your plantation. So when you left your plantation, it's like going to any hood. If I'm from the south side of Chicago, I go up north, I might get profiled. I go in the Mexican hood, I might get chased out. I go in the Puerto Rican hood, we better shoot it out or I'm gonna get chased out. Like that's America. Sundown towns, you know what I mean? That's America. So you safe right here on your 4-block radius. And a lot of people never leave their 4-block radius. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that is slavery. Like I'm safe right here in my 4-block radius. Whatever bullshit happen, these my people.
Correct.
So I really believe that slavery was the best time in American history for black women. Not necessarily black men, but for black women. And I think that black men have never put a price on their awesomeness since slavery. Right?
Right.
How much does it cost for me to be your stepdad? How much does it cost for me to teach a kid a jump shot? How much
Right.
do you pay for that dildo? So if I give you real dick, how much did you pay me for the real dick?
Mm.
Because if I measured the $100 you pay for a dildo with the $1.59 I pay for the lotion, your pussy worth $1.59 to my nut versus $100 to your nut.
Correct.
So you know you feel what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, so everything that men that give away freely, what they should be charging bitches for what they did to the cold crush, nigga.
Facts. Well, that's what pimps do. That's why they don't fuck they bitches. They be like, look, bitch, you get dick on your birthday. That's because you delivered. You know what I'm saying? They pay for that shit. And we sit there willing to. Look, they paying $1,000 just to take a picture with Chris Brown. Imagine if he was selling the dick. It'd be $5,000 and the bitch would pay for that shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it has always, you know, I'll say, I'll say this, right? Like, the racism,
The racism is white women and black women
black
that
women
need
that,
more
right,
to fight with their men. That's all it is.
right.
That shit
And they
was,
just, and that's all, they enslave their men and force their men to go to wars for, position.
it's not even that's not even a racist thing. That's a Tyler thing. That's the
Tyler.
Iliad. The
Correct.
Iliad was a whole book about we gonna get Troy burnt to the ground because I want some new dick. Like
Correct.
the Odyssey, a bunch of people got earth because motherfuckers want some new pussy.
Yep.
Right? Odysseus on the island of the lesbian bitches. Odysseus trying to everything when he got back to the crib, he killed everybody trying to fuck his wife, even though he been gone 11 years, like she ain't need no dick. Like everything is about everybody gotta die for this pussy. and that's the nature of man. Everybody got that for this pussy.
Yeah,
And then one be like, we got the power because we can get people killed for this pussy. And then you
right,
see some dudes be like, Shorty, I don't really give a fuck about your pussy like that. Which is the gays, right?
right,
The gays and the pimps. Pimps are heterosexual gays, basically. Like the gays and the
right,
pimps don't give a fuck about your pussy. Now what you gonna do?
right.
I'll follow you. I'm gonna give you this pussy. Like the amount of women that's trying to fuck a gay man and turn them out is bananas.
Oh yeah, all day.
Because their only power is nudity. Like there's nothing with clothes. They can't rationalize you out of sucking another dick.
Right.
The only pause. But the only thing they can do is get naked and hope for the best.
Hope for the best. That's it.
Niggas be listening to these bitches with clothes on. How can we get back together? How can we unite? With clothes on?
Man.
Shit crazy.
But it's what's crazy. It's like when you hear all these talking points, like these men are begging these women to be better, right? Like, bitch can't be better. She just needs oppression. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and say all the logical shit and have her shut up, right? But then when she leaves that podcast, she's gonna do the same reckless shit she been doing.
How can we get men to be better so I can violate you if you hug this bitch? How can I check you so you can oppress her so she can be happy? Now, how can she be better? How can you be a better man instead of a better black? So she got to be a better woman. But what do I know, right?
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
Boy, I swear,
Yo, I'm about to shut this down though, man. I think the tequila in, bro.
Kick it. All right, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Till next time.
Thanks for coming up, man. Nobody gonna fuck with your boy. I got the perfect outro clip. Where's the naked girl? All right, let's go. Hey, you know what? And shout out to whoever somebody just ordered the not Marriott Secretary. Y'all ordered the American Secretary course, man. But the How to Screw in 72 book. Yo, I got it coming to you on Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Depending on if I wake up in time to put in the package, but definitely by Tuesday. But if y'all really want to know how this tribal shit work, even though it's a fiction book, Life is Strange in a Fiction. Grab the Hustlers Legislation book. And we got a naked girl. We out.
Until it became hard between his fingertips, while his right hand heaved her love lips. Nikki Mullins' finger darted across her slippery, which is when she felt her insides being split by the thickness, gasped for breath as water stroke after stroke. Her legs quaked and her muscles, oh shit, Dion, at the top of her lungs and swallowed his meat whole. Her hands grabbed his hips and she pushed and pulled, forcing him to thrust his pole back and forth against her twisting tongue as it gradually turned into more than she could swallow. She moved her hands to the shaft and
Crusader Publishing, where books come to life.
Faded through the city lights full of smoke.